Good day, good day. This your boy Betty at your man Markel Prines, home-based business coach and mentor. And I'm gonna try to make this video right here as fast as possible or as short as possible. This will be the first of many videos that I'm actually gonna put out there. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I feel as though there's a need in the market for information that I have to share. So what I'm going to be doing is, real briefly, I'm going to give you a little background on myself. I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm doing this and what am I doing this for. So a little background on myself. I was born and raised in Long Island, New York. I'm from the Hempstead, Roosevelt area. So if anybody on here that's from those areas, you know exactly where I'm from. Spent a little time in Queens growing up, also, and I've been in Richmond, Virginia, or right now I'm in Midlothian, Virginia. I've resided here for the last 15 years. Just to give you a brief history of myself and where I came from. I come from a single parent family. Mom raised me. We lived in the hood, so to speak. Um, Mom did everything that she could to raise me and show me the right way to live life. Right now, I would say that my mom is actually, she's one of my biggest motivators and biggest motivations, because she took what was nothing, what she started out with was nothing, and she made it into something great for herself. She's coming up on 30 years of working at the same employer and being able to retire within the next few years. Um, and just to touch on that, in our comparison, or how we somewhat compare and parallel with each other. Growing up, as I stated, I was raised in the hood, Hempstead, Roosevelt area. Anybody who knows about those areas know that it wasn't such a, it's not such nice areas. Growing up, I didn't know exactly what it was that I wanted to do with my life. I just knew that I didn't want to do the 40-40 plan, which was work 40 years of my life just to end up living off of 40% of what I already could not live off of. So growing up, I had the mindset that anything that I wanted to do in life, that I was going to put my mind to it and try my best to get it done. So I graduated from high school, from Hempstead High School. I tried to go into the military. I actually tried my hand at the military, the Navy, in 2000. Unfortunately, I was not able to complete it due to the fact that they found an issue with my knees. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know that I'm 6'8", so I'm a rather tall gentleman. Um, but my military career was cut short because they found an issue with my knees, and they didn't want to have to worry about paying for disability if the time ever came up where the issue would, continue and force them to have to, let me go. So it didn't pan out. After that, I did attempt to go to college. I attempted to go to a community college, which was Nassau Community College in Long Island. I went for electrical engineering. Needless to say, I committed myself to my first semester in the community college. I didn't get such great grades. I believe I was getting 70s and different things like that. But I committed myself to coming back for the second semester, which when I came back, I was surprised to find something that I never expected. They actually canceled the course. They canceled the electrical engineering course because not enough people signed up for it. So that right there kind of put an end to my college hopes and aspirations. After that, I decided to go into the workforce. I worked for a company called Linens and Things, who actually, they went out of business a few years ago. I worked with them for about a year and a half. I'm doing stock and warehouse work. At the time, the end of my stay there, I actually got an injury. I ended up with a herniated disc in my back, a L5 herniated disc, which that right there was another setback for me. With my injury came a lot of hardships. Um, I've been paralyzed at 2 points in my life for up to a week at a time, each time, where I had to go to the hospital and be injected with a long needle in my back, and had to be on bed rest for up to a week before I was able to actually be able to walk again. And that happened to me on 2 occasions, which that let me know that, okay, with the issue that I was having with my back, that I did not want to or should not go back into any type of manual labor that required me to be doing any heavy lifting, um, or that could be detrimental to the rest of my life. So after that experience, um, medically, my doctors had me listed as permanently disabled, meaning that I should be on disability, collecting disability due to my back injury. But being as though I lived in New York, I was still living at my mom's house, and I wanted to be, I wanted to live on my own. I wanted to do my own things, and being labeled as disabled actually would have prevented me from getting a regular job. So I would had to have, just accepted disability payments, which at the time, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I was told that disability wouldn't have paid me any more than about $600 a month. Me being young at the time, I knew there was no way that I could live off of that, and that if I was to accept that, then I would never be able to leave out of my mom's house, because there was no way in New York that you can have an apartment for under six, seven, 800, 900, $1,000 a month. So that right there was a dead issue. So what I ended up doing was going back to my doctors, having them adjust my medical records for the purposes of me being able to work. So they changed my diagnosis to permanently partial disabled, and that allowed me to continue working, being able to have a job without, being denied. I entered into the workforce after that in more of a customer service based industry. Um, let's see, after linens and things, after my injury, I decided that maybe New York wasn't the place for me. I decided to relocate to Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, where, of course, at the time I had family members that lived down here, and I learned that the cost of living was a lot less than it was in New York. So within my first 2 weeks of being down here with my family members, I ended up finding my own apartment, having my own job. I worked a regular job for a little bit where I did customer service for, I believe at the time when I first came, it was TJ Maxx that I actually started out working for. I actually worked at Burger King. I did fast food for like a month and a half or so, but I couldn't continue on with that job because Burger King had me washing dishes in the back. And anybody that works at Burger King on Broad Street in Richmond, or it might be set up this way at multiple Burger Kings, at all Burger Kings, but the sink, for whatever reason, it was so short, so low, and me being 6'8", I spent hours trying to wash dishes, bent over, and having a herniated disc in my back. That definitely wasn't a benefit. So I experienced another setback with that job, which I had to let go because medically I could not stand there doing dishes. I wasn't able to stand for long periods of time. Fast forward past that, I never did get any surgery, corrective surgery on my back for the issue, because I did not want any invasive activities on me. I didn't want to have to go through any type of surgery, being cut, or anything like that. So I had to find other methods, other natural methods to be able to, make it by. And I also, at that time, decided that, okay, manual labor and things like that, heavy lifting was something that would be out of the question for me. So I ended up starting a commercial cleaning franchise at the time. So it was something suggested by a family member, my uncle, who told me, hey, it might be a good idea if you want to start a business to do a janitorial service. That was around 2006. Whereas I purchased a commercial cleaning franchise, and I operated that for about 3 years. So that was over like until 2009. That was a little bit after the recession. During that time period, I learned what it was to be a business owner and an entrepreneur. I love the idea of being a owner and not having to worry about being an employee, and being able to have my own hours, work when I wanted to. That was my first taste of work freedom, that I would say. But the downside to that was it was a brick and mortar business. I was subjected to, you know, having to deal with other business owners who may not, you know, have liked the services that was provided. And let's say, for example, if a service wasn't done to their satisfaction, I would have to come back and redo it over again, which is understandable, and not being able to be compensated for redoing the job. So I learned early the importance of, you know, getting things done right the first time, and also the importance of being a true business owner and um, wanting to be a true business owner who didn't have to have so many headaches. So that was the first indication that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but maybe not in this aspect, this field. Now, when the crash came in '08, that changed a lot of things for me, because when it comes to cleaning, at that time, a lot of the businesses that I had, the owners, they were trying to save on costs for their business, so they decided to have their employees be a little bit more hands-on, whereas, you know, cleaning up better after themselves, taking out the trash themselves and stuff like that. So a lot of my jobs got cut down. So that forced me to have to go back into the workforce. At that time, I was just starting a family. I had a daughter at that time, and so I knew I had to be able to provide for her. So I was working my cleaning business with the contracts that I still had, and seeing as though it wasn't something that I actually built myself and knew how to actually grow myself. It was a franchise that I bought into, and I bought into it for a certain amount, so they were required to provide me with the amount of business that would get me what it was I paid into. So when the contract started to fall off, I had no experience or knowledge as to how to go out and get new clients myself. So what I had to refer back to was something that I knew, and that was being a employee. So I worked from home for a period of time while I did my commercial cleaning business and watched my daughter at the same time. So I worked from home during the day. I did my cleaning at night, and I actually got back into something that I thought that I would never get back into. And it was out of necessity, because I had to do what I had to do to provide for my family. I actually started to work for Toys R Us at that time, doing what? Stock. So early morning, I was helping them unload trucks and things like that, trying to be as careful as possible, but knowing that with my condition that, you know, I couldn't do it for long. So I did what I could do for as long as I could do it until I found a new job. So at that time, probably around 2000 or 2010, no, 2000, right at, well, 2009 or so, I started another job with a company called Schwann's, and they did door-to-door sales. So I had never been in a real sales business industry before, but personally, I was the type of person that was willing to learn. I was willing to try different experiences to see what fits, because I still did not know really what it was that I wanted to do with my life. I knew entrepreneurship. I knew I wanted to be a business owner, but I knew that I did not want the same headaches that I had when I was doing my cleaning business. So I started to work for this company, Schwann's. I would be the guy in the big yellow truck that would be at your house from anywhere from 8 in the morning to 10, 11 o'clock at night, selling you frozen food. Everything from ice cream to filet mignon steaks to some of the favorites, key lime pie, which was something I sold a lot of. In the beginning, it was a learning curve. I learned a lot from that experience. I learned that everything isn't for everybody. But I also learned that I had something that most people did not have. I had the determination, I had motivation, and I had drive. So I worked that job for 3 years. Whereas during that time period, I've seen more than 20 or so coworkers come and go. People who could not stay and last for more than a couple of months because the job itself was too demanding for them. I even had at least 5 supervisors within that time frame who came and went because the job was too much for them. It wasn't something that they could really deal with. or work-life balance and things like that. But I stayed committed to it because I had to do what I had to do. Starting out in the company, the first 2 years I was there, I had a pretty good salary. We had salary plus commission. Now the salary was over $40,000 a year, which was the most that I had ever made at a job before, and I had the potential for commission on top. So the first 2 years, everything was kind of sweet with it, even though the job itself was strenuous as far as hopping in and out of a truck for 10 12 hours a day, delivering and trying to sell food to customers who I would see every 2 weeks, and trying to gain new customers in the area and build routes. Over the time frame, I probably met and delivered to over 1,000 families around the Richmond, Virginia area. Some of you who may be watching this video may know me, may recognize me, or may think to themselves, hey, he looks familiar. I may have been in your house, providing those services to you and your family. Um, I worked in the area that I worked in, and I'm not going to say that it was due to any specific reasons, but I will say this. I was one of the only, well, I was the only African American in my depot at the time when I started. So the areas that I was sent to, that was my regular route around Richmond, I was in all of the courts. So anybody that lives in Richmond knows um, Gilpin Court, Mosby Court, Fairfield Court, Churchill area, all around that area was my area where I made deliveries. Now, just put a little note on that. Those areas predominantly were low income areas where people had EBT and food stamps. And of course, anybody who knows anything about that knew that that was a first of the month thing. So on the first of the month, you got your food stamps loaded up on your card, and usually by the fifth of the month, most of the people in the community were out of money. They were out of money for their food for the month. Now, I was there in that community throughout the whole month, trying to make sales, trying to provide and sell food in that community and provide for myself and my family. And I say that to say this: on the first of the month, when the first of the month came, my other coworkers that was part of my depot, even though they had their special areas, their other areas and stuff like that, they would come into that same neighborhood between the first and the third so that they can get those EBT customers and food stamp customers, because those were some of the biggest days out of the month where you can make the most money, because people would spend a lot of money because they would stock up for the whole month. And then after those first couple of days, they would go off to their respective areas that they normally service outside of there. So it was like, hey, they came in for these 3 days just to take what they could get and then left it alone, whereas I was there for the whole month trying to make it happen. Now, I did have a couple of areas that were a little bit more upscale, higher income areas throughout the month that I was able to kind of, make work for me. Um, so I did what I had to do. Now, the last year that I was there at that employer, company wide, they actually decided to cut the salaries from over the $40,000 plus a year down to $13,000 a year. So that was a major hit, something that, nobody was really prepared for, but the company as a whole made this adjustment around the whole country. So for a whole year, I had to try to make it work. I had to survive off of just a $13,000 salary and trying to get my commissions. Now, just to give you an idea of the commission structure was 1% from $0 to $900 in sales. So imagine that, 1% commission on up to $900 in sales. Now imagine you going outside today and thinking that you're going to go sell food, and imagine how much do you think that you would actually end up selling in a day. So I know a lot of people probably couldn't even do $100 in sales, or $200 or $300 in sales, but just imagine trying to do $900 in sales and only getting 1% commission off of that. That was something that a lot of people couldn't deal with, so a lot of people came and went. I stuck it out for over a year and I made it work for myself. I built upon it. I built upon it. I've had my $900 days in sales. Um, and just to add this on top, the income or commission got to be a little bit good once when you hit over, if you can hit $1,500 in sales in a day, that was 10% commission you could have made. And then over $2,000, that was 15% commission you could have made. So I've had some $1,500 days. I've had over $2,000 days before. Probably my record probably was over $2,500 in sales in one day, um, in that poor community. Um, so I know it was possible, but it wasn't something that could have been maintained, that was consistent on a daily basis. But I made it work because it was something that I had to do, which taught me a lot. It taught me something, the most important things. It taught me things about myself. It taught me that when it comes down to it, if placed in a situation, in any situation, I'm going to do what's necessary, do what has to be done in order to make it work, no matter what situation it is. Whether it was being raised in the type of neighborhood that I was being raised in, to be able to make it up out of that and still be a positive individual, somebody that's looking to help others, or being at a job who once provided a great income for me, to having that kind of stripped down and still being able to maintain it up until a certain point. Now, I did that for over 3 years, until I said I had enough. Waking up every day sore, waking up and going to sleep at night late, and having to wake up the next day, sometimes working 6 days straight, 7 days straight, 11 days straight, depending on what time of the month it was. If it was the first and it fell on a Sunday, you had to work because that was their big sales day, of course. So whatever it was, I was committed to the job, and I was committed to getting done what it was that needed to be done. So my experiences, and I want you guys to take note on everything that I say, because these videos that I want to produce for you guys, and I'm going to show you something, and I'm getting to what I want to actually really show you. It's gonna all tie into each other. So I want you guys to understand that everything that I say is a training lesson. I want you guys to take note of what's most important. I want you guys to take note of my path. It may coincide with some of your paths. You may be able to relate to my upbringing. You may be able to relate to some of the challenges that I've had in my life, and you may feel the same way that I have felt about different situations. Me myself, no suit, no tie. I'm sitting here with a snapback hat on. You guys may wear snapback hats, fitted hats, whatever. May not like suits, or you may like suits. That may be your everyday thing. But whatever background you come from, I want you guys to know that this series of training videos that I'm going to provide for you is for everybody. But some people may connect a little bit more than others, and I want to talk to those people who may connect more with me from the standpoint of maybe being considered what the term that I've often heard was the have-nots, the people who didn't have anything, who weren't expected to be anything, and who feel as though they may not deserve or be capable of making more out of their lives than what they already have. I've been those people. I've had those feelings and those inklings. As you know, as I stated, not having any real formal education, no background training or anything like that. I just had enough smarts to get me to the point in life to be able to take care of the bills that I needed to take care of. I didn't have any other training to help me elevate past that. But what I did learn in life is that a lot of times it's not the things that you can learn in school that's going to help you get there. It's the things that you can learn about yourself that's most important. If you know who you are, where you've been, then that will help you know how to get to where you want to go and what route it is that you need to take. So that's why I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my background, because everything that I've been through in my life has led me to this day and have given me some perspective on what it is that I want out of life and all the things that I don't want. Now, of course, I want that residual income and I want to be a business owner. But from my brick and mortar business experience, I learned that I don't want to be that type of business owner. I don't want to have to worry about the business owner who calls who's not satisfied with this and that. I don't want to have to worry about all that. Um, I want to not have to worry about having employees that um, you may be able to count on, you may not be able to count on. I want to actually have a what's called a residual or passive income that works for me even when I'm asleep. So that's taking me into what I really want to talk to you guys about. But I'm gonna continue on a journey to let you know what led me up to this point, so you fully understand. So after the delivery job, I decided that okay, being out in the world, being door to door, having that customer service experience, which is something that you know throughout my life I've had different experiences in customer service. So I learned how to go door to door, being in the person's home, providing that service. I've been in retail stores, I've been in fast food, providing that service. I've done warehouse work. So after this job here with the delivery, I decided, okay, I'm gonna give another shot at another job because I wanted to sit down. I was tired of being beat up by being out and about every day. So I went into a call center, which was one of the best experiences that I've ever had. I got to work with some amazing people. Some of you might be on here right now, where I actually worked for T-Mobile in the call center. And I would tell anybody it's one of the greatest companies to work for, greatest people to be around, greatest culture. But the one thing that it didn't have for me was that freedom that I was so desperately needing and wanting. Up to that point, I had found online marketing, or better yet, what I really got into first was network marketing or direct sales. So that was the first thing after owning my commercial cleaning business. That was the first thing that really made sense to me, that let me know, okay, there is a different way. There's another way to be an entrepreneur and a business owner and not have those same headaches. So I got into network marketing, direct sales. But I quickly learned that it wasn't about what I thought it was about. When I got into it, I saw the flashy cars, I saw the big money earners and things like that. I was blinded by the glitz and the glam of it. And I looked at the money aspect, and that's how I kind of pursued it. I still pursued this business model with a employee mindset. I thought that I was going to make all the money right away if I just sold. If I sold this, if I sold that, because I had previously come from a sales background, selling the frozen food and things like that. And I thought this wouldn't be any different. The one thing that made me look at it as if it was something that would be easy was the fact that I was working for a company who was only paying me 1% in sales up to $900. And I said, okay, I can get with a direct sales network marketing company and make 10, 20, 30% commission from $1. This is a no-brainer. I could make way more money doing this than from this full-time job that's killing me physically and everything like that. But I didn't have the skills needed to grow that business. I kind of pursued it the same way that I did with the job, which didn't work. I later started to understand, which I have to say that direct sales network marketing is one of the greatest industries ever created. And it's not just from a financial standpoint. It was from what I found, and that was personal development. I've come to meet some great people, great mentors, men and women who may have had the same outlook as me in the beginning, who just wanted the money, but they learned a special skill set. They learned what I've come to learn and still developing and growing in. They learn what's most important in life, and that's personal development. There's an old saying that says, if it's to be, it's up to me. And anything that I want to change around me, first of all, I have to change what's going on within me first. So through trials and tribulations and having no success to having little success and wondering what is it that's really going wrong here, I figured it out. I figured it out that it's more about me as a person, growing and developing and being able to grow and develop others. That was the key to success. It wasn't about selling a product, because I met people who had all different kinds of products and services who were successful. I met people from anywhere from one gentleman, he sold omega-3 oils, but they weren't for humans. They were for cats and dogs. And I think to myself, well, who would think of selling omega-3 oils for animals? I didn't think that was a big market or anything like that. And then I met another gentleman who was in the business who sold jerky, beef jerky, chicken jerky, turkey jerky. And I'm thinking, okay, I didn't think that was such a huge market either, but they had something in common. They had a certain level of experience and personal development and mindset training. They had certain characteristics about themselves that kind of resonated with me, made me want to know more about what they were doing because of the individual that they were. So take note, take note. The person that they were, the type of spirit that they had, helped me understand why these people were so successful. I couldn't understand the product itself, but I was interested in it more because of the person that was presenting it, the information to me. So I've been a part of different companies, direct sales, network marketing companies. I've done everything from coffee to health and wellness products to just what they call the special juices and stuff like that, stuff that you would never like buy regularly, like aloe juice, stuff that was healthy for you, but people didn't buy on a regular basis. And I approached each company the same way. And then I started to wonder to myself, why am I not getting any success where there's other people selling the same products, selling the same service as I was that was successful? And I kept thinking it was the company. So I went from company to company. But then, of course, I got it. It clicked. I thought they were selling the same product, but they weren't. They were providing the opportunity for a person to get the same products that they were, but they were actually selling themselves. They were selling themselves, their emotion, their passion for what it was that they had going on. They were selling their vision. They were selling the ideas of what could be. And one thing else that I've learned is that a building is not built before the idea comes into a person's mind. So before anything is built, a person has a vision of what it is that building or that idea or that product or service is going to look like. Everything starts in the mind. So once when you get everything up in your mind, ready and laid out, that's when you can start on the physical implementation of what it was that you saw in your mind first. So once when I got that simple concept, I understood that when it comes to just about anything, it's not really about what you know about the world outside of you. It's more about what you have inside of you and what you know about yourself and how you can grow to be the type of person who can produce those outward things. So once when I started to develop myself personally, one of the first books that I read was Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was the first one that I actually read that gave me the mindset or the idea that in the understanding of being not just an employee, we're going from the four quadrants, from being an employee to self-employed, a business owner, and investing and doing different things like that. Once when I started to get into that, I started to understand a little bit more and started to learn about the mindset aspect. And once when you start learning more about yourself, then that leads you to start learning more about other people and how people really naturally think. So the growth, what I was looking for in the beginning, was the financial freedom, the financial money that was going to get me all the things that I thought I wanted. Which me myself, I would live a modest life even if I had $1 million. I can't see myself doing anything too much different from what I normally do. I like to go out and eat, so I probably would go out and eat a whole lot more. Um, so it's like money just enhances whatever's already there within you. That's one thing that I also learned. So with that knowledge right there, just knowing that money only enhances the person that you already are. That takes me to the idea of, what they call the curse of the lottery. A lot of poor people have won the lottery and ended up going broke after a couple of years. And it's because they became wealthy financially, but they did not become wealthy mentally. They had the same mindset. So instead of them living in a 1 bedroom apartment that they couldn't afford, now they decided to get a $1 million mansion that they didn't know how to maintain. They didn't have the proper mindset. So once again, that took me back to understanding that you have to start in here in the mind. It's what's in the mind that matters to the most. It's not anything else. First, it's what's in your mind. You got to start off there. So you got to know who you are so you can know what you are and why you're getting what you have, so you'll understand further who you have to become in order to get the things that you want and that you don't have. So I did all that. I did my customer service. I worked in the call center. I worked in for T-Mobile for 6 years, which was the longest job that I ever had. And just to think about it, when I first got hired, I said to myself that I would not work here longer than a year and a half, because my mindset was that I was only doing this so that I can be freer to work on my home business, so I wouldn't be so tired at the end of the day. But the one thing in life, the one thing that life throws you is unexpected curveballs. I never expected to be at a job that I enjoyed coming to, that I enjoyed the people. I had some amazing coworkers. I had amazing supervisors, leadership, and everything, all the way up to the CEO, namely who's still there, Mr. John Laguerre, who I actually met personally, took pictures with, an awesome guy. So I'm like, I'm a part of this company that's amazing, but I had to sit back and think to myself that this was just, it was somewhat of one of those setup type of situations. Whereas I don't want to say like the devil works in mysterious ways, but when you know that you have a certain mission in life, you know that there's going to be things that come up against you, things that's going to try to knock you down, things that's going to try to keep you from accomplishing the things that you want. But you never think that it's going to be something that comes into your life that's really good. So in my case, I end up getting something that was really good. I got to work around great people. I got to work around, have great supervisors. We had parties, we had potlucks, we had all kinds of stuff. But I ended up staying there for 6 years. It made me so comfortable to the point that I started to neglect my business, my personal business. I felt like I'm doing good. I don't I don't need to really, well, not need to really work on my business, but I'll work on it later. I'll work on it tomorrow, whatever. Everything's going good, so it's not really something that was a necessity to get done. I wasn't in a dire situation like I was in previous jobs where, either physically I was going to be um, broken, so I had to do something about it, or financially I was running low, so I had to do something to make something more out of it. I was sitting in the office job. I was sitting there, I was making good money. I was making commissions too. I didn't have to be out in the elements. I felt so kind of relaxed and everything, but it wasn't enough because I knew I had a bigger purpose. And a lot of times in life, when you know that you have a bigger purpose and you're not living your purpose and you're not living your dream, other things can take effect within your body. Because when you have the mindset, when you're growing a mindset of a person that wants more, and you're learning that, and then your mind is getting there, but then your actions is not reflecting what it is that's really going on inside of you, then that's when the turmoil starts. So I started to experience some things that I'd never experienced before in my life. I started to experience more anxiety. I started to experience more panic attacks. Working at the job, I just couldn't function, and I couldn't understand what it was. It was things that started to irritate me about the job, even though nothing much changed. But I knew that it was my body telling me that I wasn't serving my purpose. I wasn't doing what it was that I needed to do. So I had to make a change. Yeah, you're making good money. Yeah, you're sitting here. You don't have to be out in the elements. Yeah, you're surrounded by great people, but you're not being that business owner, that entrepreneur that you so badly want to be, that you need to be, something that's in your spirit. So my spirit was struggling. My spirit was struggling, sitting there like, this ain't you. This is not you. So it caused outward projections. It caused things to happen to me outwardly that, made me make an adjustment. So I started having anxiety. I started sitting at the computer screen and not being able to see the screen because my vision was starting to be affected. I was starting to, have different things going on with myself. And I'm like, man, now I got to get out of here. And I understood that it was because I needed to be living my main purpose. I needed to be out doing what it was that was going to truly make me happy, building my business and helping others who wanted to build their business. So that led me to, more personal development, more connecting and networking with different people, more experiences as far as finding the right companies, the right products and services, the right people to be around, so that my mindset can grow and develop more, and that I can start taking the needed actions. Which that's actually is going to bring me to what I really want to talk to you guys about. And once again, like I said, I just wanted to get this all out on the table right now, give you guys the background and rundown on me, just because in future videos, I want to jump straight into the material, because the one thing that I hated most when I saw online, like Facebook, YouTube, and everything like that, was the different ads from the so-called gurus and entrepreneurs. The ads that talk about, hey, how they're going to give you a free training and teach you everything that you need to know about how to be successful and make money online. They would do those videos while standing in front of big mansions, fancy cars and everything. But then when you get on the webinar, an hour-long webinar, they spent the first 45 minutes or so talking about how great their lives were, how much they, made, how many other people they helped, but they would never tell you exactly what it was that they did to make themselves successful. So I hated that so much. I went from training video to training video to training video to see that everybody had the same format. So in my opinion, they all lied. They all lied to me when they, in the ad saying that, hey, I'm gonna give you this free, and then at the end of the video they had something to offer that was their the actual training course that they wanted to really sell you. So it was just all hype, or what they call in the industry, it was value, which my mindset said to me, I don't care about the value. I want the information. Give me what it is that I came here for so I can use it and make it happen. And a lot of people might look at this video and say, well, that's part of the system. That's part of how they do. If you bought the course and stuff, then you would, make something happen out of it, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. I understand that aspect of it too. But this right here, these trainings that I want to provide are actually going to be free trainings. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is that I do. But I wanted to get this right here out of the way first, so that in future videos we won't have that situation. But it is important for you guys to know about the person that's giving the information so that you can understand the standpoint that they're coming from, the reasoning behind why they're doing what it is that they're doing, the reason why you should work with them. And hopefully a lot of things that I say resonate with you or a friend or a family member. Maybe our lives parallel. Even if it doesn't parallel completely, you may be the type of person that just figure, hey, I've tried everything else. Why not give a try to something else? So if that's you, I welcome you. If you're one of those people that relates more closely to me, I want you guys to know that, hey, it's not too late to change your life. There's certain steps that you need to do to change, and it all starts from within. If you're willing to grow from a personal development standpoint, then anything can happen for you. I think about, for example, people say all the time, you look at people like Warren Buffett. Now, he's older, he's up there in age now, and if you were to meet him on the street and not know who he was, you wouldn't recognize that he's a billionaire because he doesn't dress fancy, he doesn't drive a fancy car. I believe he still owns the same house that he grew up in and stuff like that, but he had the mindset. He changed his mindset to more of a wealth creating mindset to be able to be one of the richest men in the world. So there's certain things that you can take from everybody to learn the keys to success. And what I want to do is help you guys along the way with the knowledge that I have, that I've obtained, the knowledge that I'm acquiring from different sources. Like namely, like I'll tell you guys to go out, read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, read the book Think and Grow Rich, read the book Richest Man in Babylon. And if you're not into reading books like that, pull up on YouTube, pull up the audio version so that you can hear it and get it into your subconscious so you can understand the mindsets of a lot of these rich or wealthy individuals. Because the only way you can become rich and wealthy is if you actually become rich and wealthy mentally. So your pockets won't grow unless your mind and your brain and your mindset grows with it. Everything is, on a parallel plane, so to speak. So what I want to jump into real quick is it's actually a tool that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, showing you guys how to use over the next few trainings. So I'm going to be showing you free trainings on how to use this particular tool. And of course, I want to be straight up and honest with you. The tool itself is not free. There's nothing in life that really is free. And that's what I found out. And it's usually the things that's the closest to free that really isn't that worth it, or you're really just going to neglect. So the training that I provide, the video showing how to use this tool, is going to be free. Of course, I don't want to charge for that, but I want you to know that I don't want you to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself. So it's a tool that I actually use myself, and I'm a screen share real quick so I can show you what it is that I use. And well, matter of fact, before I get to that, I just want to say this tool is for anybody that wants to do anything. So, like how you see on YouTube or Facebook, those ads, and they're talking about, oh, you should do real estate. Oh, you should do drop shipping. You should do whatever it is that they want you to do. They've hyped it up so much, showed you the fancy cars and the big houses, and they tell you, hey, you should do this because this is what I did and I made a lot of money. And then you get into it, and some of you pay for the course after the free training, and then you get nothing out of it. You still don't become successful because it's not something that you really wanted to do or had a passion for. But this tool that I want to share with you guys is for anybody. So I don't care what your passion is, what you like. If you're the type of person that might just like to stay home and play video games all day, if you're really good at that, this tool may help you monetize that skill in playing video games. Let's say you do something that other people may find weird or different. For example, like the people that do the ASMR. Let's say you like to tap on things or whatever. I've seen videos of people going in the stores and like Target and Walmart and just tapping on different boxes, different materials, metal, plastic, people eating different food on YouTube channels and stuff, but they found a way to monetize that to make money off of something that they enjoy. So if that's you, no matter what it is that you like to do or that you figure that you're great at, this tool will help you do what it is that you want to do and possibly make a great residual income for. So I'm going to screen share right now and I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So I'm going to take you to this first page first, right? So at the top you can see it has my name on it, and it's because it's a product, a platform that I use myself. So once again, I'll never tell you to use something that I don't use and I don't pay for myself. So right here, it says 7 days free.markelprines.com, and the platform, the tool itself is called Builderall. As it says, it's much more than a website. Builderall is the most powerful and complete digital marketing and online business platform ever created. It says create your account now and join more than 40,000 entrepreneurs who have chosen Builderall to skyrocket their online businesses. Now, I'm going to stop right here because a lot of people want to have an online business, and that's the reason why there's so many so-called gurus popping up online trying to sell people these courses, because they know online businesses is where it's at. That's the wave of the future. That's not going anywhere. Everything is going to go online if it's not already. And as you know, if you look in your neighborhood, you know a lot of businesses, brick and mortar businesses, are going out of business because they have to pay for the rent on their building, the electric, all that stuff that comes with a brick and mortar business, and they're being dominated and undersold by businesses that just maybe have one huge warehouse and do all their business online. So let's say, for example, like an Amazon.com. Amazon doesn't have stores all over the country. They have warehouses where they distribute products that's being sold through their website. So this right here is a platform that I use, and I want to share with you guys the ability to get 7 days free to use this and learn how to use it and build whatever it is that you want. Whether you want to make videos, this tool has multiple tools and accessories, probably over 15 or so different tools, from being able to make a website, to sales funnels, to email marketing, to making your own videos, to making animated videos, to having Facebook chatbots. And if you don't know what a chatbot is, it's like one of those things that's like an autoresponder. So let's say you have a product or service already that you want to sell or promote. This chatbot, let's say if you post something on Facebook and a person responds to your post, like it or whatever, or make a comment, the chatbot will send them an automatic response, something that you can create to respond to the person. Say, hey, I see you like my post. How would you like to learn more about what I do or buy my product or service? Click here now. And then if they say yes, I would, it could ask them other questions like, well, when do you want to get started? Do you want to get started in the next 3 months, 6 months? And allow the person to pick. So it's kind of like your own personal secretary that does the legwork for you. And of course, since websites are up 24 hours a day, this could be going on while you're at home sleep. So you could be making money online from your home while you're sleeping from something that you did one time. And that's what we call a residual or passive income. Now, as you can see here, there's no strings attached. So you can start your free trial now. And unlike other companies that give you free trials, this one, all you need is your name, email, and you create a password, and you start your 7-day free trial. But the part that's really different is, look right here. No risk, no credit card required. So a lot of us, we see stuff that's free or supposed to be free, and they still ask you for a credit card, even though you're only wanting to take the free trial. So that, I don't know if it's their hopes that you may forget, and then by the end of the free trial, then all of a sudden, it starts charging you for the membership. But this isn't like that. This is a platform that really believes in the product and services that it provides, and is willing to let you try a free trial without entering the credit card. Just putting in these 3 pieces of information that will start you up right away, being able to use the software, build your website, your funnels, your email marketing, and everything like that. But before you even start the free trial, which, if you're more of a self-starter like I am, when I got involved in this and I started learning how to create websites, I didn't have anybody that was willing to help me and, share training videos and stuff like that. So I had to figure it all out myself. So after the 7 days trial, I, you know, I was still learning. So I ended up, buying the course, buying it and paying for it monthly, while I was learning, which of course that's reasonable still. You think about if you went to a college and you paid thousands of dollars to get a college degree, and then you get out of college and you still not even working in the field that you got your degree in, and you still owe that money to pay the college back. Like, really, what's the difference in paying monthly for a product that you're learning how to use, and you're going to be able to use it to do whatever it is that you really want to do in life? Whether you want to build a website for other people, or you want to build it for your own personal products and services, and it's less expensive, and you could make more money online than possibly whatever profession you were, really going to college for and didn't end up going into. So this right here, this tool will allow you to do whatever it is that you want to do. And I want to give you guys this free 7-day trial. But like I said, what I want to do is I want you to like, share this video. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to come back real quick. And matter of fact, I'm going to put a different picture at the bottom here. So as you can see, I got my little emoji right there, me sitting on the couch, giving you that real talk with the hat on. And as you guys can see right here, like, share, and comment. I want you to feel free to do that. And if you see this right here, this website, rvadelivered.com. Of course, I'm in Richmond, Virginia. So I made this website right here for local businesses and entrepreneurs. And I'm going to, in a second, I'm going to screen share again, because I want to show you that website that I created and talk to you a little bit more about what you can actually do with this tool and how it can benefit you. So let me go here real quick. I'm going to screen share. All right, so this is the site that I'm working on now. And of course, like I said, I have no prior programming background, no nothing of the sort. I just found this tool, started, watching the training videos, learning how to use it, and I was able to create a website. I actually have multiple websites for different things that I do, but this one right here is called RVA Delivered. So it's everything Richmond, Virginia, and the surrounding areas. So I'm gonna scroll down so you can get a little idea. So it says the best source for everything RVA. I have a customer side and I have a business side that I'm working on. Okay, so for customers, how would you like to save on products you and your family use every day? What if you could actually get free products? Even better, what if you could get paid for shopping and sharing from the comfort of your own home? And here's the best part. What if what you did one time was able to pay you a residual income? So think about that right there. Free products, get paid, residual income. And I'm going to tell you guys about how that could work. So as you can see, I built this website. I got a section for business owners also. So for the business owners, how would you like to have a platform where a website that you can actually be featured on, so that your business could shine and you can kind of eliminate your competition, which is something I talk about with business owners, that a inventive way of marketing and advertising their business, which I've never seen anybody else do it the way that I'm doing it, and it gives more of a guarantee that the business owner will make money. So nothing is ever guaranteed. We can't provide any guarantee. Like I said, even with my trainings, I can't guarantee you guys any income. Any income you produce is based on your own personal efforts. Even business owners, I can't guarantee you guys any more income to your business, but I can say that this would give you a better opportunity to make more money, because it's something that I created myself, where you can advertise, and it's a two-part system, but I talk to businesses about that. If you have a business and you want to know about that, definitely feel free to message me, and I'll give you the rundown. But just moving further down the page, I put here, we love words like discount and free. Check out the full list on the giveaway page. So for example, I got a couple on the first page. Anybody that likes to shop on Amazon, here's a free 14-day Amazon Prime trial. If you click on that, of course, you get to start your free trial, and Amazon actually give me a commission when you shop on Amazon.com. If you have a business and you want to set up a free Amazon business account, you can click on this link here, and I will actually get you started with an Amazon business account, which same thing applies. But let's say, for example, if you're the type of person that does a lot of driving, let's say you're in the ride sharing market, you drive for Uber, you drive for Lyft, Grubhub, whatever it is, how would you like to save on your gas? So you can download this free app right here called Get Upside. That's my referral code, but if you click on the link from right here, then it'll take you to the page. Everything is already linked to me, and I would actually get a commission whenever you say, save on gas. And you can actually get a commission or referral bonus ongoing when friends get gas. So as you can see here, so on your initial download and your first time use, you get 20 cents off, cash back on your gas, plus whatever else bonuses that they're already giving. So at the time, it was saying it was up to 45 cents off per gallon. Of course, gas prices here in Virginia, they're kind of low right now, but hey, there's nothing wrong with getting it even lower. And every time somebody you know who drives gets gas, you're getting cash back. It's a win-win. Now, scrolling further down, so support your neighborhood businesses, big and small. I'm a big advocate for home business ownership, and even brick and mortar business ownership, even though I probably would never own a traditional brick and mortar business, but for the people that do, they need support. A lot of business owners who came before the tech age or the online marketing age, some businesses that might have been in businesses 30, 40, 50 years, they may still operate with the same old model. They don't have an online presence. So if you can get them customers, don't you think that they would be willing to pay you monthly a fee for helping them get customers, something that they badly need, something that's the lifeblood of their business? So how would you like to be featured on a website, something that's up 24 hours, something that's done one time, and you having a business featured on your page, and you're getting paid a residual income every month? So for example, this lady right here, great friend of mine's, awesome lady. I put her on my site as one of my first clients, and as you can see, I'm still building the website out, so I don't even have the website fully built, and I'm out talking about it, and I'm getting clients for it. But this lady here, Miss Jeanette Enterprises, Right here, you can see the address where she's at. You can actually give her a call if you like any of her services. You can see she's a master loctician of 45 years. Locks, braids, twists, shea butter, black soap, designer oils, handmade jewelry, incense salts, and sugar scrubs, and more. So she has products that she makes herself, natural products that she sells. And of course, she doesn't do any of the online marketing and stuff. She has a Facebook page, but she doesn't do advertising and stuff like that. But the ability to have more customers is something that she would love to have. And any business owner would love to have it. And once again, how much do you think they would pay you to be featured on their site? You do the advertising, and you're drawing customers to their brick and mortar business or their online store, however. Well, how about this? I got a local talent section. Let's go here. RVA's got talent. They absolutely do. So, one of my good friends, Chief, he's a great music artist and he makes some pretty good music, which I'm always listening to. For the last couple of years, I've been bumping his music, and every time he puts something out, I always want to support. So, how about having the people in your neighborhood, whether they're music artists or they paint or they draw or whatever it is that they do personally and they make themselves, how about having them featured on your page? So when you're advertising your main website, you're able to have them featured on your page. And how much would they, be willing to pay you if it's going to draw traffic to either their YouTube channel, their Facebook page, wherever? And they could be selling their mixtapes or their clothing or whatever. If you're getting them customers and people are willing to pay you for that. And then another good friend, Vox the Boss, another great music artist, man, and he does his thing too. So is multiple people in your area that everybody don't know about. If you guys live in Richmond, Virginia, you may not know of Chief or Vox up until now, but those are two amazing artists, and I think those two artists are better than a lot of the commercial artists that have big fan bases, but it's only because they don't have the exposure that you don't know about them. You could be that bridge to help individuals like this get on the map. And of course, how much do you think they'd be willing to pay you on a monthly basis to promote their work? If it's getting them shows, if it's getting them, notoriety and stuff like that, if it's putting money in their pockets because they're featured on your website, something that you put together one time and, it's just sitting there. It's like a warehouse building with supplies in it. All you got to do is you leave the doors unlocked 24 hours a day and people just come in and buy, and that's all it is to it. So how about that? So local artists, but how about, let's say, local shows? And I'm gonna plug myself and my great friend and business partner and somebody I consider to be my brother, Mr. Corey Folkenye. So this right here, local shows, introducing Talks Over Drinks. It's actually a talk show that we co-host together. So as it says, it's a talk show featuring local community activists, artists, politicians, and business owners. This show tackles a wide range of topics that are important to the community. So we actually interview people who are music artists, politicians, business owners. And I have a couple of episodes of our show on the website. So how would you like to have somebody in your neighborhood who may want to have their own talk show or maybe do their own podcast, and you feature them on your website and you're drawing advertisement to them, drawing customers to them to promote whatever you have going on your podcast or your talk show or whatever it is. So with this right here, this one tool will allow you to do anything you want. So I don't care what anybody has to say about, should it be real estate? Should it be drop shipping? Should it be blah, blah, blah? it should be whatever you want it to be. You should be able to make money doing all the things that you like and love. Anything that you like and love with your friends and family. I'm gonna throw something out there right now. How about um and the thought didn't even come to my mind, but I'm just gonna say, like, I just thought about having something featured for different people, like let's say in your family. Um, you can, like how they do the ancestry things when you can find out your ancestry history and stuff like that. Um, what if you did the search and found for like all your brothers and sisters, like where your mom and your dad, your grandparents came from, and everything like that, um, and your lineage down the line, and okay, however much they charge for that information, you get all the information, and then of course you create your own website for your family, and you put that up there. You put that up there so your whole family can have information on their background, their history, and where they came from. And even if you said, hey, you wanted to charge, you wanted to recoup what you put into that research, you can actually make it a paid section on your website, whereas family members could actually go in there, pay a one-time fee to be able to get the information and see the family history, so you can actually recoup the money that you invested in it. So you can do that for anybody. You can set that up for your neighbor, do an ancestry lookup for them. When they get the information, create the website for them, then say, hey, if anybody else in your family wants this information, we can, have this website there for them, charge them a one-time fee for it. You can get paid for it, for you guys learning about your history. Seeing as though they would have had to pay for it anyway if they were to go through the ancestry sites themselves. So you just charge them a little fee to recoup what you invested, and maybe even make a little bit more money. But this is something that you can do with that. The possibilities are endless. So with this right here, like it says on this page, claim your free gift. So of course the Amazon Prime, the Amazon business account, the saving on the gas, and also I got other stuff here. Let's say you do ride sharing, and you drive a whole bunch of miles, or if you're a truck driver or whatever, anybody that drives a whole lot of miles, and you're able to write those off at the end of the year as a business expense. What are you using to track your mileage? How are you keeping yourself, as it says here, IRS compliant documenting? So how are you tracking your mileage? How are you tracking your expenses? How would you like to use an automatic mileage and expense tracker and get a free, click here for a free trial? Of course, if you like the software and you decide to use it, it's only $9.99 a month, but that'll allow you to track your mileage and expenses and be able to get huge deductions at the end of the year, because you have all your files and everything documented in one area, instead of trying to save receipts all around your house. You lose receipts, you throw them away and things like that, but you're able to have everything, and as it says, IRS compliant documenting, and all with one software. That's $10 a month, instead of having to go to a CPA and have them charge you hundreds of dollars just to put everything together and then to file your paperwork. You can do this stuff yourself. But then of course, claim your very special gifts. So as you can see, a page like this could pay you. How would you like to get your own free? So of course, that's back to the software. So the first line, as it says, what if I told you that I made this website with no prior programming training and in under 30 minutes? So I did this page, this website, using this tool that I'm giving you a free 7-day trial to, called Builderall. So as you can see on this page, you can click here for your free 7-day trial, no credit card needed. And what else do we have on here? So let's say if you already have, you're earning a good income, but you don't have a good savings plan. I realized a little bit ago, when I wasn't doing direct deposit from my old job anymore, that my bank since I wasn't doing regular, uh, you know, bank deposits from my old job, that my account wasn't actually free. They were charging me $14 a month for my savings account. Well, they charged me $14 a month for my checking account and $5 a month for my savings account, because I started dipping into that and I got it below a certain level, so they was charging me a fee. So how would you like to be able to have open your free gold savings account, which there's no monthly charge, no fees, but you're actually doing something better than what any bank can do. You're protecting yourself from inflation, which, as it says here, is your biggest enemy. So anybody that lives in the US should know your history when it comes to gold, physical gold. Gold is money. Back before the 70s, we were actually on the gold standard where money was backed by gold. And after we came off that gold standard, things started to go a little downhill. That's why our money is not worth the paper that it's printed on. That's why they talk so much about recessions and the power of the dollar. Like, you can't. I remember back in the day when I was a kid, I used to buy a bag of potato chips for 25 cents. Now that same size bag of potato chips is like 65 cents. That's not because it went up in price, so to speak. It's because the money is worth less than it was then. So the money is worth less. Not that it became more expensive. The same stuff that was here then is here now. So the only other thing that changed was the fact that we got off the gold standard, money started to be devalued, inflation kicked in, and now stuff that you used to pay 25 cents for is now 65 cents for the same thing that you paid for back in the day. But this right here is an absolutely free gold savings account where you actually get to save in physical gold. So you're not spending any money. And as it says here, no monthly fees, unlike most banks. So I've had my gold savings account for a couple of years now. I never had one fee on it. And it's actually an account that pays me. It pays me a residual income, and it's able to pay you a residual income if you share the opportunity with your family and friends to open their own free savings account. So it's an incentive. You actually get a physical goal that you can hold. And I'm going to come back to me real quick, because one thing I never like to do, I never talk about stuff that I'm not willing to do myself or I don't do myself. So what I'm going to show you is physical gram of gold. This is 1 gram of gold right here. So I've been saving in gold, and it's not just one piece of gold. It's not just 2 pieces of gold. I have more, but I usually keep these examples on me so I can show people when I'm talking to them about this particular business called Carat Bars. And that's something that I have on this website. So imagine having this website and having people be able to click here, set up a free savings account. They don't even ask you for your social security number. They don't even ask you for your social security number. Like, you know, your bank, they need to ask you for all this stuff. You need to put a certain amount of money in the bank in order to get it started. A lot of times they want $5 out of your pocket in order to get it started, but this doesn't require you to provide your social security number or even put any money in to start. And you can start referring people so that they can start saving in gold right away. They also are involved in cryptocurrency. They have their own cryptocurrency, which of course I'll talk to you guys about that in later videos or share with you videos on that. But you're able to save and create wealth for yourself. So what I want to do is, I'm just going to keep it on me for now. I was actually looking at the website and I was just going over all the great stuff that it has on there. But just imagine being able to create your own website and feature different things, different businesses, whether you've created them or not, whether it's a product or service that you like and enjoy yourself, and being able to get paid from it. something that you can pass on to your kids. As long as your website is up, which unless you decide that you want to just cancel your service, um, whose website really goes down unless you know the whole internet goes down, then you're kind of screwed. But technology is just getting better and better, and everything is just moving more to an online type of format. So, now is the time to be able to learn. And of course, I wanted to give you guys that free 7-day trial so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into before you do it. I'm going to share that screen one more time. So it's 2 ways that you can get the 7-day free trial. You can actually go to my rvadelivered.com website /giveaways and then click here to get to the free page, or you can go to 7daysfree.markelprines.com, enter your information and start your free 7-day trial. But what I want to do for you guys besides that is I want to make sure that I am completely transparent with you, because most people aren't. Most of these so-called gurus online, they tell you one thing and they make everything seem so sweet, and then they just want you to buy something that really ain't gonna do you no good because you don't have a real passion for it. So the one thing I want you guys to have is something that you can actually learn, a skill that's gonna take care of you no matter what business, like I said, that you want to get into, no matter what it is that you want to do. Just sit back and think to yourself, like, what can you do with being able to have a website that does everything for you? A platform that can help you create videos, animated videos. Of course, I've made a couple of animated videos myself. If you check me out on YouTube, Markel Prines on YouTube, I made a Mr. Bean like short cartoon snippet thing, and that was without any prior experience, any other training or anything like that. I've never had any background in programming or anything. One of my brothers, he has those degrees and he makes pretty good money. He spent a lot of money for schooling to learn that stuff, so I commend him for that, for being dedicated enough to do that and learn. Like, he can actually program and put the codes in and stuff like that. I can't do that. I'll say at this point in my life, I won't say I don't have the capacity to learn it, but I can't see myself, getting into all that programming and learning all these codes. To him, that's something that was, I guess you could say, in his DNA. Something that he was able to pick up and run with and make something great out of. Now I have the opportunity to be on a similar wavelength with him, be able to create websites, and also this platform allows you to create apps. Let's say somebody wants an app created. Maybe you don't want them to have to go straight to Facebook or whatever to see your stuff. Maybe you don't want them to have to just go straight to a website to get the latest notification on your videos. Maybe you want them to have an app, your own personal app, just like major companies have apps where you just shoot the stuff straight to your app and they get a notification on their phone, boom, that you did this, or you have a new product that you want to sell or promote. This software allows you to do all of that. And what I want to do is I want to provide you as much free information as possible, as much training to show you how to use the different tools in here. If I'm not creating the trainings myself, it'll be from one of the other leaders within the company, showing you step by step what to do, how to use this platform, and how to make it work for you, how to do whatever it is that you want it to do. Make it your own, so to speak. So with that, I'm gonna end this video. because I believe I've gotten everything out that I wanted to get out, so that, like I said, in future videos, I want to just jump more into the information as to, what it is that I want to share with you, and, getting into the program itself. So as you can see, no suit, no tie, snapback hat, no college degree. I'm able to do it myself and make money from home, and I'm here to help you guys. So to all you so-called gurus out there that's been lying to people and deceiving people, misleading people, because I feel as though it's misleading. I know the definition of the word free, and if you tell me something's free, I expect it to be free. And I know the definition of the word everything. When you tell me that you're going to give me everything in a training to help me make money, and you don't do that, then that means you lied. So that makes you a liar. So it makes me want to bring back an old title that I had for myself, and I haven't done away with it, but I used it in some of my earlier videos when I started getting online. But it might be time to bring that back, because if I could bring that to fruition, then that means that I completed my mission. And that title is this. My name is Markel Prines, also known as the entrepreneur that all the gurus will soon learn to hate. So if they learn to hate me, that means that I did my job, and that I'm serving the right people, and that I'm doing what it is that they said that they were going to do, but never really lived up to. So with that, I appreciate your time. Like, share, and comment. Let me bring back up that other little ticker right there. Make sure you be on the lookout for the little meme with the real talk, because that's all I want to give you guys. Like, share, comment. Visit the website, www.rvadelivered.com. Get some of that free stuff. I will be adding more stuff onto the website so you can enjoy. And I look forward to the future videos and serving you guys. So once again, this is your boy, better yet your man, Markel Prines, home-based business mentor and coach, also known as, I guess you could say, Mr. RVA Delivered, and also known as the entrepreneur that all the gurus will soon learn to hate. Have a great day until I talk to you guys again.